Hello, today is day 20. Yay. Yeah, we're about to be grateful for a lot of things, but let's save that for tomorrow. I had this amazing meditation. I hope you guys all find something that gives you so much joy. Whether it be life or chess, anything, honestly. We're gonna go for a solid today. Why, whenever I play this, wanting to go into Roy Lopez, it denies me the pleasure? Why? Why? I would just like to ask why. We're gonna do more Roxy Bind. Okay. Defend this. F4, maybe. Actually, B5 is already stopped, so we could just gain a lot of space. But if we do this guy's a little loose, so let's come here first. And then B4 maybe. This, I could just block it off. Oh, but I want to push F4 though. Should we get really crazy? Since in the previous games my opponents have been pushing pawns like crazy and I haven't, let me return the favor. Alright, let's get the central files. Let's already target the pawns. We have so much space. Their pieces are all on the second and first rank, so that's just not a good sign. Not a good look. However, we could open up the diag for them, which I don't like. Oh, but look at this move already. I think they blundered this fork. Oh, I'm so glad I saw that. Cute. So far, so good. Everything good. I didn't link my watch yet. So far, so good, baby. Let's grab him. I could take this guy. I could also just come here to solidify, I think. Yeah, if they push this whole thing opens up, so I like that. And I'm gonna land a knight here. Oh, what's the reason for this? What is the reason for this? I feel like this just favors me in every way. I'm not sure why they did that. Why did they do that? Is there a tactic? Be very aware. I don't see it. I don't see it, so. Do I want to do a rook lift? I mean, maybe. Honestly, let's take with a rook. Why not? Because I kind of like this guy here. Oh, they did it just to grab the pawn. I see. Well, that doesn't really matter. IMO. Oh, I see. Our knight was actually very valuable. But I feel like this king is now going to have some problems. So let's... You know what? I don't think... Alright, we're gonna take it. This bishop is currently blockading itself. They don't want to take with this pawn because their king is just mega weak. If they take with the queen though, okay, so they do. That feels like it could be fun now. Right? That feels like bad things are gonna happen to them. Yo, bad things are gonna happen. I'm currently defending this square in case they want to mate me. But just be aware of that factor. So far so good. Our board is updating. So far so good. This is an exciting game. If I go here now, go here, then I have this move. Then takes and then takes. And their king is in trouble, I want to say. This push? What are we going to push? As planned. Oops, that was a loud smack. I was super happy these days. I didn't quite get to express it because I was so low energy. But I was really, really overjoyed. Oh man, look at that. They take here, I get the square. They take like that. I don't know. Okay, they do. Can I come up for a chuck? No, that doesn't work, right? However, I feel like this should be good for us. Oops, they have this move, which I did not see. Oh. Yeah. We could come here though. Wild. I don't think any of us saw this far into this line. But now this. And, right? If takes, then. Or I could actually just come back and I'm actually just up material. I could go here. I feel like this rook is kind of fancy. Like I like this rook on this file. I also like it on this rank. So the question is where do I want to put it? I actually think this bishop was a little trapped, so let's go in. So they definitely miscalculated with this move. They should have just taken my rook. But then I think I'm up on material. So yeah, I was kind of lucky because quite frankly, I don't think I saw that far. Yeah, I actually just missed the fact that this hit my queen with tempo, and I was actually very lucky that there are pieces. It has to do with their opening development. Like everything is related in chess, right? Move 20 has to do with move 2. So how they've just played the opening and had all these pieces and awkward squares was actually quite frankly. So they just give up more pieces. I'm not sure what this is about. I think mate is coming very soon. I'm gonna take this now. Like, I could take any of these guys. Okay, he wants to... I mean, how about not so fast? Okay, if I take... What if he goes here? Then I take... Then he goes here. But this is fine, right? Is it fine or not? Yeah, screw this. Yeah, whatever. No need. Or no need. Okay. Now if they go here, I can simply take. If they don't go anywhere, I'll just defend. This is fine now. This should make for a nice conversion. He wants to go here, but if we push this, I can just take this. So I think this is fine. I can also just give a check. What do I want to do? Let's go in like that. Defending while just defending basically. We're down on time. That's the only problematic factor. Okay, this doesn't look right. Okay. Now my queen can slide back. That don't look right. Now I feel like we got a lot of things we could do to them. Check simply here. This doesn't look right. Check. Right, this looks like some stuff is coming. Should it come or not come? I think it should come. Let's just open everybody up. Okay, just this, and I win, I think. Or what else can I do? I could also push up, but I think it's because I'm so limited on time, this is just the best idea. And did I mess this up? I messed this up. I messed this up, but not really. I'm actually quite lucky. Okay, great. Because I saw that this came with Chuck. When deciding which pawn to push, this one came with Chuck, and that makes the crucial difference. Okay. A lot of lucky stuff in this game, right? It was actually quite exciting. Luck, fortune favors the brave. Sash, I'm just lucky. Yeah, if we look at this, it was definitely not super, super in command the whole way through. We gave them a lot of bounce backs. Sash, I was actually just pretty lucky myself, if I may say that. Very, very effing lucky. Okay. Okay, I'm so glad, so thankful. I updated my OBS, so that's why it's not freaking out. Yeah, every time I play like knight f3, I'll move to wanting like a solid Roy. They do something dumb like the perk or no, what was this? You know, basically not the Philidor, not the perk. The Philidor, like not giving me the Roy. Yeah, we got so much space. Although I feel like all the space was actually a bit loose. Yeah, I think f4 was maybe loose. And pretty much, I think rook d1, just simple development was better. Thus, yeah, neglecting the fact whenever you push pawns, you have to see the squares they fail to control. They leave behind. And that allowed us to jump in. Actually, yeah, here the dark side bishop was even more powerful than the rook. And without it, the king is actually mighty loose. So that's why it wants us to get the bishop. But actually, they're just lost either way. We can see what happens if we take like that. Then I think it's because look at their pieces. Just the passivity of their pieces, again, will seal the deal for them. They take this and they're pinned. Oops, not like that. Oh yeah, because I have this. Then what's the idea? This way? They go here. Harder to defend. Okay, king falling apart basically. Okay. But we got the exchange, which was fine for me, even though I could have considered that possibly. Here we do get our thing to a good... Yeah, here we don't actually need to do anything. I consider this move, right? I consider it, but I wasn't sure if it was appropriate right now to do so. Because now they got something like this, which I think it's because they're so out of play and this bishop is blockaded, so it's actually just quite a bad piece. And before you know it, this F pawn baby, Frank, our friend Frank, is coming in and the king is gonna get F'd. So this was quite interesting. Yeah, it does want, I mean, I think the whole point of this pawn mass over here was not just to look pretty, not to like Stonehenge them, but to actually like friggin' just push, right? That was the whole point. But I never knew like when's the time to push on the queen side. I was just preferring to go for a more direct king side thing. Although here I failed to calculate a lot of things, right? Namely c5, failed to calculate. Here I think, yeah, this was a blunder. This was a blunder because it hits my queen. However, yeah, I consider just taking this too. Essentially giving up that for 2 pawns, which are actually really important pawns. So here we're actually still better, and it gives us a great move, even though that wasn't my plan. It's because our king is so weak, and you know, but this is a great move. All of this is kind of like sly. It gives them a great move for giving up their pawn with Chuck, so I'm not quite sure what that's about. But I think it's just because now they have more counterplay and more pieces, and now their bishop can finally breathe. However, after this, it was just a bad move because now I'm just up on material for nothing. So that bishop was, although I think, yeah, here I'd consider just going for this, but I didn't evaluate this correctly. I thought just going for this was more direct. And here they should have just taken. And apparently they're better because of how powerful this is. This is such a strong center pawn mass. It's actually quite dangerous. So if I had bothered to see that, it did look kind of scary, but I guess I didn't fully visualize how scary that would have been. So yeah, it was actually much more preferable just to take all of their center pawns. Screw the rook, take the pawns, and we're actually marginally better here because we gotta basically take a bunch of pawns. Yeah, but their bishop is now free, and I don't know. So yeah, I basically just blundered. But yeah, the way they do it, they give us piece after piece after piece. I didn't need to take the knight. I could have. I'm not sure about this. Yeah, the whole idea, I was thinking if I could somehow pin the queen. Right, coming in for a lot of things. Right. Now this just seems simple. Seems like a simple mate already. Okay, so yeah, this actually was more freaky than I think it needed to be. Because I didn't calculate all this stuff going on. And I think that was probably the best move and also the only move. Like, imagine if I'd gone here. No, that's actually not even the only move. I was just so freaked out for some reason. It's because I have a chuck, but okay. After this, I was a little freaked out. And then I guess my king is like in time. My king is in time to come in. That's the whole point. The whole point is I need to get the rook away so that my king... So like even if I played a dumb move, right? Like here I was a little freaked out. But basically if my king can just come in and walk. Like if I had done this, then they can do something. Basically. And then... Actually no, yeah. Already this is a draw. Like if I had done just like a dumb move. Right? Then yeah, this is by now a draw. Because I have to give up some... Basically, they're gonna come in. And yeah, I can't stop them from queening, so... That would have been really tragic, so... Yeah, I'm lucky that didn't happen. What should we do, kids? Should we keep going? It's not a bad day. And these chess games, I want it to be like 30-minute episodes. I think that would be ideal. So let's hope for a quick one. Let's have to like seal the deal. First 2 moves. I need to be more alert, basically. Very oftentimes my opponents do lose the game in the opening, and I'm just not sharp enough, basically, to fully... Not sharp enough to punish them. This seems not bad at all. Can I come in for this? Slash, are there tactics? Are there tactics, or am I being... Or he gets out of the way. But he leaves this guy hanging. Oh, I'm also not castled, by the way, right? However, I could go here, and then if they take... I always have... Let me think about this. Takes... And then I could castle, and then they take, and then I take. Is that something I want to do? I could also go here, but no, they're gonna chuck me. But then I have this move. But then they take this. But then I go in like that. It's a little wild, isn't it? They can go up. All takes. They takes. Alright, I'll castle. Too lazy to calculate the 3 lines I just calculated. So I think the best bet is just a castle. Okay, so they don't allow me to get that after all. That's a little lame. Gotta be very careful that my knight is gonna get trapped here. I feel like I'm about to have a dumb position. Okay, I'm gonna take like that. I know it's really shitty that I lost my Darkstar Bishop, but I'm also afraid of my pieces getting trapped. So unfortunately, that's what we're gonna have to do. The dumb Fianchetto Knight. They have so much time. My gosh. Okay. Wonder what that's about. They're already up a pawn. I'm gonna offer more trades. This feels pretty dumb. Go here, they have this. I feel worse. I feel worse in many ways. My king is loose. Dark squares are loose. I mean, is there a way we could get something going here? Or no? Does king loosen itself? This gives us some hope. IMO. Honestly, at this point, I should just give up the rook for the bishop. Because the dark squares are too loose. Like, this is kind of dangerous. If the queen can remaneuver herself, it's quite dangerous. Like, yeah, we should just give it up, honestly. Oof, it's looking so bad. I think I lost this one, guys. This one looking kind of bad. Alright, this is epitome of defensive. If I was like talking badly about my opponent's position the last game, this would be the counter reverse of that. It's just terrible. Yeah, the king coming in. How am I gonna defend? That's so awkward. I feel like I'm down to like only moves now. Right, en passant. How did I miss that? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is GG. Misplayed this pretty badly. Aye. Ugh. At what point did this go terribly wrong? I think when I Fianchetto my knight. Lost my Darksword Bishop. Fianchetto my knight. Okay, this is done. Okay, we hope for a quick game and this kind of... But obviously I did not want to keep this streak of win one, lose one, right? I mean, we might as well just end the video after one win and be happy and call it a day. But these losses are also quite instructive. Yeah, I think this was a big miss. I missed this move, which is actually quite of a nice move. I was just like, oh. Or after they had gone here, I should have just taken this. Yeah, gone for that line. Gone for that line. They take, I take, right? This is fine for me. They go here. I could even take this guy. Take this. Now this is pretty good for me, right? Space. I have my bishops. They have their knights. I got the bishops. Right? This would have been... So when I was like, yeah, I'm too lazy to calculate. No, I should have just gone with my initial line. Boo. Yeah, I no need to give up my Darksword Bishop. You know what I was afraid of? This is what I was afraid of. I was afraid of after this. Oh, I needed to come here. Yeah, okay, this gives me the hole. I was afraid that he would have no hole. You know how scary that is? That he has no hole. Oh, come on with a chuck. Okay, this is still holdable. I was afraid that I would get pushed back. Like, literally, I guess I have the move. That's a thing. I have the move, but I was like, where's my knight going to go? So I was like, okay, I guess I could also go back like that, but that's actually incredibly a bad move. Like, this would be the only move, and I would not have gone here. I did not see this move. Bishop h6. Because, yeah, these pieces are just awkward. Like, I need a retreating square. This at least gives me some activity. Yeah, this at least lets my knight come into here because the bishop... That's a great save. Actually, I should study it. That's instructive. It's instructive because I was all like, oh, my knight needs to retreat. But what if I just stopped thinking like, oh, my knight can't get the square. But what if it can? The first point being, first let me get this. But what if they develop their knight? I guess he doesn't have a good square. He could go here, but then we just trade him off. Simple. Then we trade it off. And now I still get the square. So yeah, but then they got forked. So yeah, so coming back was too passive and it was just a bad time. I needed to think more creatively. I needed to think, okay, is there a way to save this guy and put him on a good square that goes forward? Like, keep thinking going forward and not bring him back home to jail, to like the friggin' hinterlands of the tundras of exile. Right? No one wants a Fianchetto knight. Nobody. Just sad time. The opposite of a sexy night. A sad time. A sad night. Sad boy. Yeah. This was the beginning. I was like not too dark on the dark swears. Too weako. Too dark and too weako. Right? At this point, the only save was to give up the rook, but I'm already lost. Like all the pieces coming in, I'm just barely holding it, barely holding it, slash not holding. So, but that was instructive, was it? Yeah, lose and instruct me. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day and great night. It's been a great time. Great 20 days so far. On the double. We're now no longer a teen. Woohoo. We are a young adult leaping into life. A sense of immunity. What were you guys doing when you were 20 years old? And if you're not 20 years old, don't tell me. It just. I guess you could, but. What were you doing when you were 20? And sometimes I ask, do you think you were like young and dumb? But then my viewers who are actually 20 years old get offended when I like imply that you're like young and dumb. They're always like, I'm not dumb. I'm 20, I'm smart. So, anyway, bye.